Then they do call my name. And everybody starts to shout. And I'm like, God, thank you. I'm walking to the stage and I'm like, yes, you've achieved that which you wanted to.
This is the story of 20-year-old Naomi Orakpo, who graduated overall best student in her department with a cumulative grade point average of 4.96. Naomi, born to the family of Pastor Cyprian and Pastor Mrs. Doreen Orakpo, is the third child of 4 siblings. She says she has always had eyes for excellence. As such, she learned to set goals from an early age.
I woke up to my parents and I'm like, Mom, Dad, I would like to join music club. I also want to play the violin. And they're like, you want to play the violin? I'm like, yes, I can do it. And they're like, okay, we'll get you a violin if you come first in your class. And I'm like, okay, if I come first, I get the violin, I get to stay after school. So that was my goal. And then I worked towards it, I read, and then I came first and I got the violin.
Goal setting, combined with a reward system set up by her parents, paid off for her. And she made remarkable progress over time, scoring excellent grades even in her secondary school.
In secondary school, throughout my stay, I maintained first position in my class, and I graduated with best in commercial studies and best student with outstanding record, overall best student.
If I knew what I know now in training my other children to discover what are their drivers, okay, and then use those drivers to motivate them, maybe they probably would have gotten outstanding performance like her.
When it was time to begin her university education, Naomi had another goal in mind.
Entering into university, I did commerce in secondary school. So I loved business and I loved accounting, but you have to pick one going into university. And I didn't want to pick one because I wanted to know both. But then in Nigeria, we don't offer two, you can't take 2 degrees at the same time like they do abroad. So, okay, how do I achieve this? So I was like, okay, let me get my degree in business administration while I do a professional course outside school for accounting, AAT and ICANN.
It, however, didn't come easy, merging both disciplines, but it was a price she had to pay.
You know, sometimes I pity her. I feel like asking the lecturers who I have paid, you know, to it's okay, go, let her rest. Because at times she's like, can I have 30 minutes? And they give her 30 minutes. That 30 minutes, she's sleeping. You go to another corner of the house and she's just sleeping. And you can see that this person is tired. And they're letting her know that there's 4 more hours for some serious accounting training.
Naomi shares the strategy she adopted, which helped her balance her academics and social life.
I ask questions a lot because I want to leave that classroom with enough understanding. After all, I paid to get that understanding. Instead of just when lecturer talks, you're just nodding, you don't understand anything, and then you go back to your hostel and then I have to read from point 0 again. So I always tried to understand the most I could so that when I do get to my hostel, I'm building on that knowledge. I'm not starting from point 0.
It wasn't just a function of she would ask the most minute questions. She also wasn't afraid to think that she was pulling you back to something you really should have moved on from. So even though you had forgotten about it, you just see the hand coming up and she would say, oh, something you mentioned a few minutes ago, she wasn't quite clear about. So I like the fact that not only did she not think anything was too silly, she also was bold enough to stop you at whatever time.
While she looked forward to obtaining a first class in her field of study, she also wanted to come tops in her department. However, a few days to her exams, the unexpected happened. She contracted COVID. This meant she could not do the final exams with the rest of the students.
When you're alone, the only person to turn to is God. I kept praying and asking him for help because he's more of my friend. Yes. So next 2 days, I tested again and I was negative. and I started coming back to school.
While she has a whole lot ahead of her to conquer, she believes the girl child can achieve whatever she aspires to.
There's this archaic mentality that girls can't do it, girls can't succeed, girls can't be in charge. And I hear it a lot of misogynistic point of views from some guys, and I'm like, nah, I want to break that. There's a paradigm shift that I want to be a part of. And that's why when I look at my mom, I get so motivated because she's breaking the barrier. I want to also do that.
Hers is a story of a young girl who learned to set goals early in life and brave enough to put in the work. No doubt fortune awaits. Chris Elems, Channels Television News.